Before we begin, imagine this: you meet someone who sees your scars, your insecurities, your quiet fears, and still calls you perfect. Sounds unreal, right? Stay till the end, because this story will touch something deep in your heart, something we all forget. Real beauty isn't seen, it's felt. Sparkling heart, if you believe true love still exists, hit that like button now and subscribe, because what you're about to feel, you'll never forget. Rain tapped gently on the glass window of a small art cafe tucked between two tall city buildings, the kind of place where strangers sat close enough to hear each other's sighs but far enough to hide their stories. Inside, under dim golden lights, sat Maya, a 25-year-old painter who hadn't painted in almost a year. Her dark brown hair fell loosely over her face, a curtain she'd learned to hide behind. She stirred her coffee absent-mindedly, watching the ripples fade, like how she wished her reflection would. She used to love mirrors. But that was before the accident, before the scars on her left cheek turned her into someone she didn't recognize. People didn't mean to stare, but they did. Their silence said what their lips didn't: she used to be pretty. Maya had stopped attending art exhibitions, had stopped smiling in photos, and most painfully, she had stopped believing in love stories, the kind she used to paint. Her best friend Aisha had dragged her to this cafe today, saying it was time she met new people. But Maya just wanted to disappear. Then the door opened, and a cold breeze followed a tall man inside. He had a sketchbook in his hand and a curious calm in his eyes, the kind that didn't look through people but into them. His name was Ethan Rivers, a visiting photographer from London, known for capturing real faces, real souls. He spotted the only empty chair, right across from Maya. "Mind if I sit here?" His voice was soft, polite. Maya nodded slightly without lifting her gaze. She assumed he'd do what most people did: look at her, then politely pretend not to notice her scars. But he didn't. He ordered coffee, pulled out his sketchbook, and started drawing something silently. Minutes passed. Maya sipped her coffee, uneasy with the quiet. Then curiosity won. "You draw?" she asked softly. He smiled. "I try." When he turned the book toward her, her breath caught. He had drawn her. Not her scars, not her insecurities, her eyes. They were full of quiet storms and hidden stories. "Why me?" she whispered, unsure if she was offended or flattered. "Because," he said, tilting his head, "you looked like you were trying to disappear. And I wanted to remind you, you're still here." For a second, she didn't know what to say. No one had said something like that to her, not since before the accident. Ethan smiled gently and continued sketching. "I photograph beauty," he said, "but lately, I've been wondering if beauty can exist without perfection. You just proved to me it can." Maya looked away, her heart pounding. "I'm not beautiful like you expected," she said under her breath, almost to herself. He stopped drawing. The cafe fell into a hush. Then he leaned forward, his eyes steady on hers. "No," he said. "You're perfect like I never expected." Those words landed somewhere deep, somewhere she'd buried long ago. They talked for hours. She found herself laughing again, telling him about her old art, her colors, her dreams before life got quiet. Ethan listened like her words mattered. And for the first time in a long time, Maya forgot to hide her face. As the cafe lights dimmed, Ethan asked if she would come to his exhibition the next day, Faces of Courage. "I don't go to those things anymore," she said hesitantly. "Then maybe it's time to start again," he replied, sliding a ticket across the table. "You don't have to look perfect. Just come as you." That night, Maya stood before her mirror for the first time in months. She touched the scars on her cheek and whispered, "You're still here." Something inside her cracked open, not pain this time, but hope. The next evening, Maya stood outside the art gallery. The rain had stopped, but her heart raced faster than ever. She almost turned back twice, but then she remembered Ethan's words, "Just come as you." Inside, the gallery buzzed with life, lights, music, chatter. But as soon as she stepped in, people turned. Not in pity, but curiosity. Maya swallowed hard and made her way toward the photographs. Each wall told a story, faces of strangers, each marked with something unique, a burned scar, a missing limb, a wrinkled smile, eyes that had seen too much. Each caption read a single word: strength, resilience, hope, beauty. Then she reached the last frame, and froze. It was her. The sketch Ethan had drawn in the cafe was now a photograph, her sitting by the window, unaware, with soft light falling on her scarred cheek and her eyes lost in thought. The caption below read, "Unbroken." Her knees trembled. You took this," she whispered, turning as Ethan appeared behind her. "I did," he said quietly. "I wanted the world to see what I saw, the beauty that exists even after life breaks you." Tears welled up in her eyes. "You had no right," she started, but her voice cracked. "I wasn't ready to be seen." "I know," Ethan said softly. "But you deserve to be." People began gathering around, admiring the portrait. A woman said, "She looks so brave." Another whispered, "There's something peaceful in her face." Maya turned away, overwhelmed. But then, she saw something she hadn't in years. Admiration. Not for her scars, but for her soul. "Do you hate me for it?" Ethan asked quietly. She shook her head slowly. "No. I don't understand why me." He smiled. "Because sometimes, people need to see what love looks like before they can feel it." Her heart stopped for a second. "Love?" "Yes," he said simply. "I fell in love with the way you hide pain behind quiet strength. You taught me that beauty isn't about flawless faces, it's about surviving what tried to destroy you." Tears spilled freely now, but they weren't of sadness. Maya reached for his hand, trembling. "You really think I'm beautiful?" He smiled gently. "No, Maya. You're perfect. Exactly as you are." The crowd around them blurred. The gallery lights glowed softer, warmer. For the first time in years, Maya didn't flinch when someone looked at her. She didn't hide. She smiled, wide, real, unguarded. Weeks later, Maya's own art returned, not with perfect portraits, but raw, honest faces full of scars and smiles. She opened an exhibition titled Perfectly Human. The first painting she sold was to Ethan, and it was of her own reflection, looking back without fear. And when people asked how they met, Ethan would always smile and say, "She told me she wasn't beautiful. I just showed her she was perfect." If that story touched your heart even a little, don't leave without showing some love. Hit that like button and subscribe for more heartwarming stories that remind us, perfection isn't real, but love, kindness, and courage are.